Not to mention, Smash
Hey everyone. Um, man, I thought I had to cancel the stream today, but I don't know. Janet was having a lot of issues, and I wasn't know if I was gonna make it or not. But here we are. Um, I was gonna play two decks today. Figured out I'd play some Midnight Sun cards. I was gonna do like a review of the cards at some point. Yeah, I don't know if that'll happen still. But yeah, I was trying to make uh some lat work because I wanted to play some Shaper with like Revolver and and deep dive, but as I was constructing the deck, like it just doesn't. It's just like it's hard to fit together. There's so many cards that you want in the deck. This deck is already at 47. There's no overclocks. There's I think like overclock's the big one. Like I threw a bravado in here because I had 3 influence that I didn't know what to do with. So yeah, this is like a starting concept. Probably not gonna play this today. I think like one issue that I had with deep dive was just that like you got to play Out of the Ashes with it as well. So you got 2 Out of the Ashes, 2 deep dive, and it's kind of has the same problem that Hoshiko has, which is I guess like Hoshiko you have to commit to using the card, and like deep dive it kind of stays in your hand, so you can't just get board controlled and lose the card. Which I guess is good, but for me, if I'm set up enough to the point where I can make a run on all 3 centrals and play this card, then I'm probably set up enough to just win the game without it. So it kind of seemed like a bit of a win more card as the more I was building the deck. So yeah, like if I can get all my Biggers out, get Palangi out, get Rizeki, get Pawn Shop, and everything's going smoothly, then I don't really need Deep Dive to win the game. But Infection, Post APOC Punish. Yeah, but like, is it better than post APOC Punish? Okay, because that's what I was thinking. Like, is it better than APOC if I'm gonna be running all 3 centrals? Like, why is this better than APOC? And I guess like yeah, you could play post APOC Punish. APOC, where's APOC lat? Yeah, like maybe I could try to fit it in here somehow. This was a strong deck, and we ended up deciding to play APOC Max because APOC Max was better. Anyways, I wanted to talk about a Zeef protocol, and specifically in a built to last deck that is trying to do Titan things. And this is super interesting because last year, about May, June of last year, there was that Netscape Navigators 70-person store champ, and I was deciding between this deck and it's essentially the exact same deck. The only changes that I made was one of the spin doctors was a global food initiative. So instead of the 3 Zeef protocols, there was a global food, a second new construction, and a 3rd hostile takeover. And there was 1 less spin doctor, and instead of the hedge funds, there was mass comms. So that was the only changes. And now the deck got a little better because we have more 3/2s. But in May of last year, at the big online store champ, I was deciding between playing this deck and playing Fast Event Sports Metal. And that was like the deck that I chose to play was the Fast Event Sports Metal. So if I go and pick that up, this one. So this is the deck that I played at that event, and it did me pretty well. I was able to rush really hard and win some games. And then Eric, Whiteblade, and other people in the community saw it and were like, "This seems really good," and they started playing this. And then they added in like they cut all the ice and everything that Ian and Eric did, and then we put ice back and all that stuff, and we ended up getting Vacheron banned, and this deck was like the deck that defined Continentals. So yeah, I was deciding between the 2 decks. I decided to bring this one, and this was like the start of a big thing. So I don't know, if I had decided to bring this deck instead, maybe Sports Metal would have never been a thing. Maybe there's something here that can be further developed into something that's really good, or maybe this is now really good because Vacheron's gone and now we've got more 3/2s. I do actually think this deck is busted, in theory at least. Like I haven't tried it, and I'm going to today. But yeah, this deck is super good. So enough talking. I'm just gonna let's copy the deck, and we'll just hopefully win some very quick games. Yeah. Oh, I think I actually have this deck loaded. Titan at home. We'll just... Yeah, so this was the old list. This is the old list. It had mass comms. Mass comm was just for money. Like, you advance 2 pieces of ice, it's a hedge fund. Tricholite's good. CBS with red level clearance, and as I said, 1 GFI, 2 new constructions, and 3 hostile takeovers. But now we can play the 3rd Spin Doctor, and we can play 3/2s. I will say, though, that there is something to be tried for Azif Protocol and Argus, because just having a 3/2 in Argus is really strong, and you get to play a bit more of that never advance, like install a card in the remote every turn game, which is super strong. Like, we were playing this a couple weeks ago, and yeah, and I think this is super strong. Although there might be money problems in Argus, as there always kind of is, I want to say. Ever since losing IPO, it's been a bit difficult. But I don't know, like with Argus, you can probably do something like this. Put a 2nd Audacity in there. You can probably cut Sandbox and keep Oaktown, and then you play like 3 copies of the Azif Protocol. Yeah, I think 2nd Audacity is good because you have another 3/2, so you can use those a lot easier. Like, I might even just cut a maze and play 3rd Spin Doctor, and yeah, or we just cut the CVS, honestly. Yeah, because we don't have Sandbox anymore, so that might be like a pretty good Argus list. Okay, let's queue a game. We want to Corp. We are playing Standard. We are selecting this deck, and I'm going to pull up my deck list thing, if that'll work. View on that. Very nice. Okay, and I'll just need to keep in mind about this zoom. Oh, I should zoom my browser in. I think I'll start the game first, then I'll figure it out. Oh, hey, this is Mr. Cowbird is Sanjay, right? I'm pretty sure. Excited to be able to tune in. Good luck this evening. Thank you. Yeah. I think we need to man, I'm a lot of commitments and a lot of things I'm in this last, like, these coming 2 months, but at some point we'll need to think about Ocarina and play some of that. Get some updates in and figure out what new things to add into that. Yeah, man. As I said, like, high expectations for this build to last deck for me. I remember playing it before, and like Trick of Light was really good. And I remember that like other people were playing different things. Like, I think Analyze Chris in Fight Night was playing a built to last, I want to say. Maybe it was... I think it was built to last. And it was like similar to this. I don't remember if he had like hard-hitting news in there or not, or if it was just pure like rush fast events. Yeah. Yeah, especially since I won an ID. Oh? Oh, like in one of the last tournaments? I think that was like a It's like a hot minute ago, eh? It's like a year ago. But yeah. Oh, at Worlds. Since I won an ID at Worlds. I am not quite sure. I think it was we played a. Are you referring to like the side event that we played on day 2? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Fun times. Yeah, we gotta. Is there anything other new cards that can be? There's only 7 new cards, and only 3 of them are runner cards. So yeah, it'd be funny if Light the Fire was an ID. That actually be like while we're here and just talking, I've been here. I'll turn my deck list overlay back on in a second. I was editing my Hoshiko deck because this has been like the reg Hoshiko that I've been playing. Oh, actually, we got a game. Never mind. I will talk about that in a second. But yeah, I was trying to put Light the Fire in there, and it was just so hard to find a cut, and I never actually did. So yeah, I just kept it at where it was, which was interesting because I was like, I'm looking at Light the Fire. I was pretty certain it was really, really good. Okay, I need to zoom in. And how does that look? 1 server, 2 server. I think this looks better. Okay. We got an Aket. Aket's really good because they're probably going to run HQ, and they're probably going to try to get in with a Yusuf. So let's hedge fund Ice HQ Ice R&D. Against Loup, I would love to just jam, but I think we got to do this. Azif, I guess, is an ID, but that doesn't seem too interesting. Yeah, I agree. Place an advancement token on an installed card. So I guess I place it on Ballista, because otherwise... Does that even make sense? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It just doesn't. It forces me to have to click for credit. If I had Masscom, it would make sense, but that doesn't make sense. Draw daily cast creative commission. That's a interesting use of influence. Okay, so we can just like install advance, install Ballista. Is that bad? I feel like it is. Oh no. Let's advance this once is fine. It's an interesting design because you have to trash one of your other installed cards to score a Zeef protocol, which isn't awful, but it's still a cost. And especially if you're playing a rush deck, that can be a problem. So we'll go like, do I install a Zeef protocol? Okay, we'll install this. And then we're gonna double advance our Aket because we want to keep that, and we don't want it to get hippoed or something. Oh, day job. Nice. Okay, let's get 2 points. Would Malaport work in that deck? Real Titan likes it, but has a far more impenetrable remote. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it would work, but... Oh. So we're saying we're going to pay $3 to get through this. That's not a lot of money. That's a concern. I have to flip it, right? Yeah, I think I do. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, I think like in a 44 card deck, there's so much. Like there's already three audacities, three of the Dedi Rococo combo, and there's also two copies of Trick of Light. So from my experience, you kind of find things as they show up, even before the Azif protocol. But now that we have Azif protocol, you have 7/3/2s. Because before, when you Atlas train, most of the time you're searching for an Atlas, right? Just so you're finding a 3/2. But now we just have more 3/2s, so I think that's really good. I'm sure it would make it better. So yeah, that might be something worth looking into. Mausolus Spin and CVS. I feel that Sansan would be the best with Azif. That's true. That's true. I could try to play a Sansan deck. You could play like a Sansan deck out of Earth Station. That might be something to try. We really want this Mausolus on the remote here. We'll just have to live with getting Stargated for a turn. Yeah, yeah. No, that's a good idea. Maybe we can try that. We'll play a Sansan Earth Station deck. Sansan Earth Station, and just having 7/3/2s. That seems really strong. One thing when I was trying to like come up with ideas on what you can do with different cards, one really cute thing that I really want to try to get work is to play Vlad Grid with Seamless Launch, because you can install the Vlad Grid and you don't have to have it pre-advanced, and now Seamless Launch becomes a fast advance tool. So you can seamless the Vlad Grid and then use it to transfer the tokens to a different card. So you can use it to score 3/2s. CVS Trick of Light, Hedge Fund. We're losing the Hedge Fund. That sounds fine. The CVS is an okay card. I think we'll just play the red level for money. Is that bad? Or we could just pitch the... No, we'll just take 3 and pitch this. Probably with Gagarin, Earth, or Built to Last. Yeah, so the problem that I see with Wayland is that the ice is very weak. So I don't think you can play, especially without Mascom. I don't think you can build a Wayland deck, so specifically Built to Last, or any non-Earth Station Wayland deck where you're trying to build taxing remotes. That just seems very hard to do to me. Which is why I think like you're either trying to rush or you're playing Gagarin, so you're trying to spam assets, or you're playing 3 credits to break the... I'm not sure what happened there, but we broke. Or you're playing Earth Station so that you have that extra 6 credit tax, and you're also playing Chrysium Grids, right? Do they spend extra money? Phase 3 to increase the strength of Ear, 4 to break all. Where did it go? Oh, they moved it to the top of their stack? Okay, just undo click. Yeah, so yeah, like I think if I were to try Sansan, I would play it in... I would play it in Earth Station. Game click back to... Seamless Vlad seems good. The issue is competing with Sansan. Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, you can play a deck that has 4/2s and 3/2s. So then Yeah. Or maybe you're playing the PD agenda suite. Daddy, Hostile, Trick of Light. Sure. So we can. We're one credit. Can we score right now? No, we can't. We need one credit. We need one credit to score with Trick of Light. So we just like, oh, I can't advance this. Otherwise, I would. Otherwise, like, our a cat's getting weaker. We can just like, if we Trick of Light and Atlas, or even the Azif, and then we Audacity the other one, like, we're in such good shape, right? Okay, let's play this for money. Oh, I want to advance this. Why can't I advance this? Dang. Oh, I can double advance this, because this gives me money. Beautiful. Okay. So next turn we'll score with Trick of Light, and then the turn after Raw Audacity. Day Job's fine. I think we just score and trash our Ballista just to hurt them a little bit. That seems unnecessary. Okay, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. We won't. We'll be nice. Choose another installed card. Oh, oops. I'm supposed to click it the other way. Choose an installed card you can advance. This one. Choose another installed card. Okay. There we go. My idea is to be as fast as PD or Sports Metal. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Sansan costs 6. Like, I think that's what this deck that I'm playing right now is trying to do, right? Is trying to be as fast as PD or Sports Metal. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more. There we go. That's probably better. Let's do that. Draw, Botulus, Daily Cast. I know I'm behind on chat. My apologies. Spin Doctor's a great draw. Spin Doctor's a great draw. Should I be greedy? Or should we just score? I should put the Spin Doctor down because it's worth a spin and a hostile. So if we go ahead and install spin, and then we'll just like double advance the Mausolus again. I was trying it in as Mari. It was okay. What's up, Phil? Hard to protect it and keep your centrals decent. I assume you mean like Sansan? Or Vladgrid? Sansan or Vladgrid? Yeah, I don't know. Like, just protecting things is just difficult because runners, you're just like, let me guess, like you were playing against Anarchs with ice destruction, right? Playing any kind of ice-based deck is super hard these days, it seems. Am I getting one of these subs? We're doing a net damage? We are doing a net damage? We're losing an SMC. Okay. I've been playing 3/2s plus GFI Gagarin recently. Feels strong, but I don't know if it's the best agenda lineup. Hostiles and Office are good cards. Yeah, Vlad Seamless. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, because you can like Vlad and Seamless on its own serves to score 4/2s, right? But together you can use them to fast advance 3/2s. So if you have 4/2s and like a couple 3/2s in your deck, that seems strong. Or you can play 3/2s that benefit from being over advanced. So you can play Atlas or Vitruvius. So in those cases, you can either combine the two cards to fast advance, or you can use one of them as they're intended to be used on their own to score Atlas or Vitruvius as a 4/2. We lost Deddy. We're getting Rococo red level, and we're picking up a Deddy. That's so good. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm cheating right now. Right? We are cheating right now, right? Res, Daddy, install, move, 3 counters, score, trash ballista. We lost Bagat and Divide and Conquer. Okay. Seeing SMC makes me feel like that runner has clot. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of players these days don't. Ever since Vacheron got banned and Sports Metal's gone, um, people have stopped playing clot. But I don't know. I've got. That's what the CVS is for, right? You got red level CVS in here. I think Loup uses SMC for what's that card called? For consume. Because consume's 5 influence and SMC's 3 influence. So you play 1 copy of consume and then like 1 or 2 copies of SMC. And that's your way of trying to find it. Ooh, we're losing a laundry. Draw a card, draw a card. Can we rip a hostile off the top? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Oh, no. Oh, that was so good. I'm very happy that people are here to see moments like that. That one's getting clipped. That one's getting clipped and going on YouTube. Oh, that was good. JNet won't let me leave the game. Oh, there we go. Okay, wait, I'm just gonna copy this. I to be clear there, I had the top 3 cards could have been a hostile because I could click for a credit and then use the red level to draw 2 clicklessly, and because I can score the hostile with 2 clicks and no money, right, with the Audacity in hand, so I could still red level and draw 2. But there's only 2 hostiles in the deck. Yeah. Usually, decks like this play 3 hostiles, but just because I have a bunch of 2-pointers and hostile takeover is the only 1-pointer, you gotta either play like 18 agenda points, like an even number of agenda points, and only play 2 hostiles, or you gotta play you gotta play 3 hostiles and be over by 1. This is... Oh, if this wasn't Crim, I would be keeping this. But it's Crim. Also, we can't even score a Zeef Protocol. Okay, so we gotta throw this away, right? Yeah. 3 agendas, a Mausolus. Okay, they kept their hand. Do we think Zahya kept a diversion? Maybe. Let's start with spin. Ooh, Trigger Light's good. Okay, let's Ace HQ. We're probably gonna shuffle the Azif away. This is a finisher, right? We want to score the Atlases first. We want to score the Azifs at the end. Because losing a card is a bigger deal at the start, so we don't want that. Do we just draw again and pitch one? Yeah. I want to keep the Atlas. We can throw the Ballista back. No. throw the ballista back and shuffle it. I do want to keep the Atlas. We're going to keep the Atlas. I think if you do 3 hostiles, you have to cut a new construction and an Azif for a food and a superconducting hub. Yeah, right. That's I was when I was building this deck. Rearranging it. That was what I was going through. Rogue trading. So we're tag me. Good to know. Okay, let's score hostile. I could also ice R&D. No, let's just get this scored. Yeah, we need to like ice R&D and double advance the Mausolus. Hot Pursuit. So we're giving them tags. Because if we res Mausolus, it's a source of a tag. I could also just not res and install Hordem on top. Let's do that. We're not going to show them Mausolus. Yeah, you have to play a food, another new construction, you cut the new construction and a superconducting hub for sure. I didn't respect Paul up there. I should have. It's weird. My list is an outfit, and 20 points is actually way easier. How is that? Do you play any tag punishment in there? Like with Too Big to Fail and hard hitting, and I assume you have trebuchets in there as well. There's definitely like good reason to be playing it out of what the heck is that called? Out of outfit. Okay, let's advance the Mausolus. Nope, 0 tag threat, just the good outfit ice and Too Big to Fail. Have 2 Malaports too, which are actually great. Yeah. Double rogue trading? Oh yeah, we probably should have trashed that, but it's fine. We're fast advancing. So yeah, let's do that. Ooh, we could get a Atlas counter. That seems good. Let's get an Atlas counter. Oh, I get to trigger my ID this way too. That's pretty cute. Agenda is 3 hostile takeover, 3 Azif, 3 Atlas, 1 above the law, and 1 food. Yeah, that's a really nice agenda suite. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 20. Yeah, that's a really smooth agenda suite. I used to play this deck with 1 food. We're just drawing cards and getting money. Fine. I will just draw cards as well. I should probably prep this. Let's get a second advancement on that. Yeah, and then next turn we can Atlas for another Atlas, and then we can Trickle-Light it. We could even Trickle-Light Audacity it, just so we get an Atlas counter that way. We'll spend a piece for an Atlas counter. I think that makes sense. Mayfly. Ooh. Or we can just top deck like an absolute god. Score. Get rid of this. Go. I used to play this deck with 1 food, and every time I would draw the food, and it was awful. It was just one. It was just 1 food, but I'd always find it, and I would spin doctor it back, and it would be right on top of the deck, and I would find it again, and the runner would either steal it out of HQ, or I would be considering whether or not I want to Audacity, and it just won't let me because I have a food in hand. Yeah. Okay, let's find an Azif protocol, and let's win the game. GG. Credit kiting and jailbreak. Yeah, it's a super fast deck. Although it helps when you can call cards off the top. Yeah. Just a good outfit ice. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, you got 2 Malaprots as well. That does seem really appealing. That does seem really appealing. And there's the kill threat is much more real out of Argus. Um, so like you'll run into people who play a bit more cautious and it's really bad for them. Above the Law, Azif, GFI, Rikoko, Spin, Audacity, Biotic. 1 Biotic. Oh yeah, that makes sense, because Trick of Light makes less sense there. Daddy, Government Subsidy, Hedge Fund. Oh wow. Border Control, Bulwark, Afshar, Whoredom, Magnet, Trebuchet. Sorry for big message, no worries. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ice. 11 ice, but your ice is bigger. The one thing that I'm like don't like about Trebuchet is it is very bad against Boomerang. Although I guess like you res it and you get a bit of money back. So it's not the end of the world. That list has a lot more money than I do though. Because I only have 2 hedge funds, right? Yeah, I only have 2 hedge funds, and you have 3 hedge funds, 2 government subsidies, and 3 too big to fails. It's a lot more money. In Rush, I feel like I don't have enough to play subsidies too often. Yeah, I would assume that as well. You usually win with just 1 ice on each central and protecting a Malapert if you draw that. And yeah, people are scared of outfit, but I think it works anyway. Yeah. Yeah, it seems good. It's definitely a much definitely a much nicer agenda suite. Although, like at the same time, the no, never mind. Red level, Malapert. What do I have in here? That's so many slots. I just have more ice because I have 14 ice. The ballistas are not good. Like I was actually just thinking like maybe I just play Trebuchet in this list instead of ballista. But it might be better out of outfit. Yeah, yeah, it seems good. Like I think that there's definitely more threats in the outfit deck just because your ice is better. It's very cheap. Is Ice Wall good enough in Build to Last Rush? It's very cheap advanced Rush Ice. Um, I'd say it's good. Like Vanilla's good too. And the ability to advance ice is really only there for Trick of Light. It used to be there for Masscom, um, but I guess that's not that good of an economy engine unless you can play 2 copies of Masscom. Um, but like the way that my deck is constructed right now, like a Ket's really good because of ice destruction. Um, yeah, it's you put in a Ket somewhere, you triple advance it. Usually people don't run that server anymore. Um, Border Control is good in Rush. Whoredom is good. Just because of Turtle, it's got like a bit more strength to it. Mausolus is there for centrals. I've always like flipped back and forth between whether or not Mausolus goes in Rush deck, but I think it's just too good of an ice, not like too good of an ice to pass up. And that's like the only spike that this deck has. Like I think if you're playing Outfit and you've got 2 Bulwarks and 3 Trebuchets, then you can get away with not playing Mausolus. But otherwise, I think Mausolus is worth it. And then the 2 Ballistas kind of just round out the ice subtype mix because you kind of need sentries. So it's just there to be a sentry. It's not good, but again, like it's just there to be a sentry, which makes me wonder if I should just play Trebuchet instead. But that's a 7 res instead of 5, and that can be a big difference. Icewall needs at least 2 counters to tax Clippy anymore. I think a Cat or Vanilla is just better off. Yeah, I played a game 2 days ago with my Hard Hitting News PD deck, which looks like this. Actually, can you see that? You can't see that. There we go. And I was, so it looks like this, and there's 2 ice walls in here for the purposes of consulting visit influence, and I ran up against, there's also vanillas in here too, so I ran up against a player who was playing Amakua, and they ran through my remote and broke the vanilla on my remote and stole an agenda in my remote, and they were playing Crim, and then they tried to diversion of funds me, and I was at like 6 credits ish, 7 credits, I want to say, and I stopped it with an ice wall on 1 strength because they didn't have a counter on their turtle. It was very good. Do you think 1 Afshar, 1 Ballista is better than 2 Ballista? I was thinking about Afshar. I think given the way that my deck is right now, no. Because I want to have 2 sentries at 14 ice. See, but I will say, like, when I built this deck like a year ago, that you really tried to rush a lot more. Whereas now, like, maybe it's better to just play fast advance, and not rush. And in that case, like, you might get more out of the Afshar. Yeah. Okay, we got a game. Yeah, maybe after this, I think I'm interested to try out the outfit version. So we might do that. This is a good hand. Fast Advance Built to Last feels okay in startup. Been playing it a bit. Trigger Light variation. Yeah, I've been liking it. Trigger Light is just another 2 cards that help you fast advance, and it's 1 influence cheaper than it's 1 influence cheaper than Biotic Labor, but it's also just cheaper to use. It's so much cheaper to use, right? But it does require setup. But if you're advancing your ice already, it's just oftentimes like 1 extra advancement, because the first time you advance a piece of ice is just clicking for a credit, right? Okay, a cat's a good draw. We could just like ice hedge fund is a conservative start. Let's do that. We could also not hedge fund to deny Hoshiko. Let's not hedge fund to deny Hoshiko. We're gonna be really rude. If you ever min it, I'd love to see that Argus list thrown up on the screen. The Argus list? Yeah, we can do that. Been playing outfit style Titan for a while now. What's up, Giles? Yeah, it does sound really good. And I almost want to say, in theory, it might even be better than what I'm playing right now. So yeah. Oh, I'll just show you on here. Where is it? Yeah, this is the Argus that I was. Oh wait, this is not. I need to update. Oh, or did I update it on? Sorry for jumping around. I think I updated on my deck builder, but not on Netrunner DB. I was playing this like a couple weeks ago. So I think what you do is you cut the sandboxes for Azif protocols, and then you cut the CVS for a second copy of Audacity. Yeah, and then you kind of just play Never Advance, install Argus. Yeah, I do wanna go try that outfit, try the outfit version of this, because I want to say in theory it sounds better than Built to Last. Just because like the agenda suite is still pretty much the same, and also your ice is better, and I like me good ice. Draw a card, hit liberated. Just gonna review what happened last turn. Take credit, install liberated. Yeah. Oh, I guess I should have asked them if they wanted to clop my hostile. If they want me to pull it back, that's fine. Draw, hit liberated, draw, install Fencer. And we pick up an Atlas. That's good. That's very good. So we can like double advance Whoredom. Hedge fund? No, we just like continue being rude, right? Just 4 advance the Aket. Does that make sense? Let's 4 advance the Aket. Our opponent's thinking we're like buffing this Colossus to a gazillion strength. But no, we just want a fast advance. Surely you cut Sandstone in that Argus list with no sandbox though, right? Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you probably do. That was one of the synergies that I liked about that, was that you can play Sandstone and Sandbox and CVS. Yeah, you can either go that way, or you could just cut the Oaktowns if you're a fan of Oaktown. Aket or Vanilla, yeah. It's definitely a downgrade. Yeah, you could cut the Oaktowns if you're not a fan of Oaktown. That's been an ongoing debate over the last however many years, is whether or not Oaktown is just good. Oaktown's amazing when you can actually score the agenda, and it's early, and they don't have a breaker. It's the best agenda. But later on in the game, when you're trying to bluff, when you just want a 4-2 that is not installed face up, then you start running into problems. Are we laundering R&D? We are. We SMC'd for Chisel? Interesting. Okay, so if I res this, we're gonna get Chisel Charmed. And if I don't res this, I mean, I'll get Chisel Charmed, that's fine. We'll just get it in the bin, because like next turn we'll probably not score then in this case. And we'll probably like install Spin Doctor, res Spin Doctor, play a Hedge Fund. Because HQ is safe, right? So. Okay, we're looking for ice. That is not ice. We can also let R&D go and just score. I think we're just going to do that. Yeah, let's just let R&D go. We're just going to score. We use our clicks better this way, because next turn we can advance a cat, hopefully put an ice on R&D and play hedge fund. You know, in a sense, like, against... it depends on what kind of ice destruction they're on, right? I was going to say against ice destruction, it might be better to play this version of like Fast Advance Wayland rather than the outfit, just because your ice is a bit in like the middle, in the mid cost section, mid to low cost. So you can afford to res more ice and replace it, and I also just have more ice in the deck. But at the same time, it costs Anarch Breakers a lot of money to break Trebuchet, and mainly just Trebuchet, because Bulwark costs 7, but you get a bad pub, so it's not that bad. Although I think after this game, if I look into the outfit, I will have more than 11 ice in my version. Just because there's like, I don't know, I just feel the ability to do things with ice, you know? Okay. Do we red level first? There's no reason to. Let's spin. Triggerlight. Mausolus is a good draw. Okay, so let's hedge fund install Mausolus. No. We should advance this. So let's install. How much money do we need for this? This gains me 1, this gains me 1. So I need $6 to res all this, and I have $6 right now, so I should actually play a red level for $1. Fine. This lets me res both ice. I think that's important. A cat Devil Charm is not much, is great against, but not so common in standard. Yeah. It's good against outfit, but it's not common against standard, I think is what you're trying to say. Cutting the subsidies for 2 cheap gear checks probably the right call. Oftentimes Bulwark reses for 5, so it's actually quite cheap relatively. It reses for 5. Oh, because you get 2 subs off the subroutine as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think the subsidies aren't needed. Because between hedge fund too big to fail, hostile takeover, and the fact that fast advancing doesn't cost a lot of money except for the 1 copy of Biotic, like you're really just using your money is just funding ice. And if you're fast advancing, in theory, you won't need that. You won't need as much ice as is usual. Let's res Mausolus. This is the last card I've had worse. If it is, they made a very good play. I hope we hit like a Maw. Or an Earthrise. Those would be 2 very good cards to hit right now. We hit a Buzzsaw. Fine. This is fine. They stole a hostile. That's fine. We're looking for an agenda. We're running the Spin Doctor. Sure. Let's shuffle the red level. We can shuffle the Trick of Light back. It's probably better to get the ice, but I don't know. Resolve turn end. Oh, they've got to pay for Fencer. Oh, they kept their tag. So we're definitely trashing DreamNet. Right? Another Deddy. We could Deddy the Mausolus. We could Deddy the Mausolus just for Trick of Light counters. That's pretty funny. Man. So much good stuff to trash. We could go red level for a credit, take a credit, hedge fund, trash one thing, or we could just take a credit and trash Liberated, trash DreamNet. I think that's what we do. This leaves HQ open, but we just have operations in HQ, so it's fine. And this sets them back a ton. So we'll click for credits for a turn or two here, but that's fine. They lost a Liberated and a DreamNet. Yep, just taking money. Are they going to pay for the Fencer? You're paying $1 to keep $5. Oh, we are. I don't think they should, for what it's worth. This should just go. Because I'm at 0 credits. Like, I'm not going to threaten something in a remote this turn. I'm probably not going to next turn. So I don't think it's worth it to keep this Fencer around. Okay. What do we do here? We can score next turn. I'm advancing this because it's equivalent to taking a credit. I could Deddy it. We do just Deddy it, right? Yeah, we're gonna Deddy it. Because that next turn we install advance Trick of Light. I mean, it would have been the same thing if I had just... Because I need to get a second advancement on the Mausolus, right? Because I don't want to use my Aket. So, my Aket counters. So, I would put a second advancement on the Mausolus, and then the worst card in my hand is a Deddy. So, we might as well just play the Deddy. If I drew... No, if I drew an Atlas next turn, that'd be really good. Because then I can score the Azif Protocol without having to trash something. Or I can score an agenda without having to trash something. But as it stands, it's looking like I have to trash something. We're overclocking. Okay. They got a 1 in 5 on the Azif. They don't hit it. I'm honestly wondering if we even score it next turn. I don't know. Do you think I should score it? I have to trash a piece of ice. My ice is pretty strong right now. We're running back. They're gonna hit it now, right? Because I said that? Nope. Okay. We can still pay. We are going to pay. I drew another Aket. So I can take 2 credits and install Aket on Archives. I think that's the play. I don't think we want to lose an ice right now. If they run Archives, we don't res. If they run HQ, we will res. And then next turn we'll score and lose the Aket that we just installed. And then we'll be on game point with a red level in hand. 3 Audacities left of the deck. And 5 more 3/2s. That's insane. Insane. That's way too... There's way too many 3/2s. This is too many 3/2s. Radiant, I think you were asking about the Argus deck. I think the outfit it probably does it better than Argus. Just because I think Argus has a lot of money issues. And it has card slot issues, which, card slot issues translates into money issues. Because you want to have... you kind of have to have Price X in Argus. This is firing. So we're getting a 5th advancement on Mausolus. So then when we use 2 advancements, it's going to be on 3, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think the outfit is probably better than... This doesn't actually advance, right? Yeah, it's probably better than Argus, just because Argus has money issues. If you were to play the kill package in outfit, I think that would be better. But also, the kill package is a lot of slots. Ooh. 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 Yes, please. So we're looking for an Audacity top deck. We're looking for Rokoko top deck, works too. So Rokoko, Audacity, that's 6 cards. Does anything else work? Trick of Light works. So that's 7 cards. So we have a 7 out of 29 to win the game on this draw, which is 100%. Oh, apparently it's not. We can install the spin clicklessly. That doesn't help us. Okay. That's fine. Let's just click for a credit. Let's click for another credit. Let's pitch the Ballista. No, we'll pitch the Border Control. I think the Ballista's better here, just because they have a barrier breaker. So next turn we can red level. The reason we're at 3 credits right now is so that we can red level next turn, and after the red level we'll be at 2, and 2 is what we need for Daddy Rokoko, which is the most expensive fast advance pattern. Running HQ, so we're going to get rid of the Mausolus. That's fine. Yeah. We can shuffle at the end of the turn. We can shuffle Trick of Light back. Just Trick of Light. Because we do have an ice, right? So we don't need to shuffle an ice, and we have... I guess technically we could. Nah, we'll just go for the win. I don't think it's necessary. I think if we wanted to maximize our chances of winning, we would not shuffle. Oh, but actually, they just accessed something that they didn't trash, right? So this could, the chances that, like, this is definitely not agenda, whereas if we shuffle now, we make it so that the top card could be an agenda. And we don't want the top card to be an agenda. Maybe we don't shuffle. Let's draw the top card, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, not shuffling is correct. They need to end turn. Oh, they're using SMC. Oh, no, they're not. They're simul-chipping. They're over MU. It's fine. Yeah, it seems... I think this player is a bit new, either to JNet or to the game in general, which is totally okay. We'll just give them the time to figure it out. Man, I had an interview for a job today, and wait, what happened? Oh, they just lost it? Okay. That's fine. We're just gonna go on. Draw two. We got nothing. Why? Why? Why has this gotta happen? Let's advance it. And we will pitch a Mausolus. Had an interview for a job today, and it was... I think, like, things were good, but there was a part where... there was, like, one question that I just, like, completely butchered. It was asking about, like, the core values of the company, and I misremembered what one of them was, so they had to tell me that actually that's not one of them. Draw. We're looking for the last piece here. Meanwhile, we can start checking out an Argus deck, or an outfit version. I do want to look at that. Usually when I build decks like this, the outfit. Usually when I build decks like Fast Events that could host kill, I will play it without kill. Like, I'll try to build it without kill, and then I'll see how I can fit kill in there. I played a Titan deck in, I want to say, regionals of 2018. It was when I played, like, my Wu deck. It was when I played my Raccoon Tech Wu deck. It was alongside a Titan deck that was just normal Titan Fast Advance with GFIs. And it had, instead of playing 2 copies of Biotic, I played 1 copy of Biotic, and I played 2 hard-hitting news. So my kill was just 2 hard-hitting, 1 consulting visit, and 1 high profile, and that was it. So I like doing that. Just play very minimal kill, but it's there. You can sometimes set up some good forks, and also if you play Arc Lockdown in the deck, then it can help a lot, because that 1 consulting visit can serve for hard hitting. It can serve for high profile, and it can also serve for that 1 copy of Arc Lockdown. So I really like that setup. Maybe I'll look at that and refer to it in constructing the outfit. Because like, in Built to Last, there just isn't the slots, right? But in the outfit where you're not playing Trick of Light, it might be a bit more doable, just because you have to find something else to do with that influence. And I don't necessarily want to play Biotic. It's probably fine just playing Biotic. We're laundrying. Where are we laundrying? We're laundering HQ. Okay. We're gonna snipe the 2 and 5 and then the 1 and 4, are we? Is that the plan? If that's the plan, that's a pretty good plan. Oh, we are. Oh no. We are gonna snipe the 2 and 5 and then the 1 and 4. That's not good. Now we're in trouble. This Whoredom could win us the game. So we need to like hedge fund and then Ballista HQ here. Assuming we're gonna find an agenda. Let's shuffle. Let's pull these back. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we still have a lot of outs. We have a 3-2 in our hand again. So we can mandatory draw, red level clearance, draw 2. It's been the same situation for the last couple turns. Had an agenda, can't find a way to score it. I could just jam it behind the Ballista if I felt the need, but I don't. So we will wait for a fast advance piece. I'm sure one's coming. Okay. No run. Top deck. Daddy. Fine. There we go. Okay. What did they lose? Sure Gamble Imp. Okay. Yeah. Let's build an outfit. I want to try a game or two of that. I don't want to just leave though, so we're gonna see what they say. If they're typing, I'll wait. Oh. I absolutely love your deck. Is there a deck list somewhere? I'd love to try it. Okay, I'm gonna post this because somebody wants it, and then I will. Good enough. I too am getting back into Netrunner. This is perfectly up my alley. Okay. Okay. Let's try out some outfit. So we'll go back to my decks. Let's close this. New corp deck. Okay. So, we've got Above the Law, Azif, Hostile, Atlas, and 1 copy of Food. We've got Spin Doctor, we've got Daddy, we've got Rococo, Audacity, we have Hedge Fund, we have Too Big to Fail, we have Virus Suite. Actually, we're not going to play Virus Suite. We're going to play Arc Lockdown. We're going to play a Consulting Visit. We're going to play Hard Hitting, High Profile, Trebuchet, Bulwark, Border Control, Whoredom. Play one Whoredom, one Afshar? Yeah, I think I agree with that. Okay, what am I missing? There's something major that I'm missing. Want to see what I'm on? Yeah, Giles. Yeah, post it. Let's see what you're on. You're on Kill Play Moz. Yeah, it's true. Hey, I don't want to so that's the thing. I don't want to commit too much to Kill. But I also just threw these in here. Like I don't want to commit to that either. You know. Malapert. We are missing. There's a magnet in your list. That's interesting. Oh, I'm missing red level clearance. What? Oh, Arc Lockdown's 2 influence? I guess Magnet's pretty good, hey? Magnet's probably the right call. I just really like this suite, like playing Consult and Arc Lockdown with hard hitting and one high profile. Let's just see. Let me see what else I'm missing for now, and then we'll figure out where to go. I think that's it. Okay, so Magnet's the card to keep in mind. I'm just going to throw that in here. Magnet just replaced Whoredom because I had spare influence, not because I need Magnet. Yeah, that's true. But like, I don't know. I've been seeing a ton of, you know, the card, Botulus, and that seems nice. Although if I want to play Arc Lockdown, I'll have to cut like a Spin Doctor, which is not ideal. Not ideal. Or I could just play one hard hitting and just live on the Consult. That's fine too. Also, I think like Mausolus is just good, right? I still think you want Moss. This isn't even leaning that hard into kill. It's just so good every time it fires. It's true. It's true. This was the. I'm not sure what that says, Giles, but I assume that this is a deck link. Spin Doctor, 2 hard hitting, 1 high profile. You okay? Yeah, you're playing 3 Econ Warfares as well. Yeah, I don't want to commit to Econ Warfares for sure. Too Big to Fail, red level. Rashida's, that's right. I think Rashida's good, no? Rashida seems good. Okay, I'm gonna play. Oh, is one news wrong? If I play one news, if I cut a news, we go to 49 cards. I feel like it either geared to early kill. What? I feel like it either geared to kill or that never happens. Oh, are you trying to say like you either commit to the kill with Econ Warfare or the kill never happens? It either kills early or it doesn't. Yeah. Hence the Econ and X hard hitting in my list. Yeah. 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 I want to. What did my old list look like? Did I turn off my overlay? I did. Okay. Why is this not opening? If you play one news, you need 2 CVs. Yes, yes, consulting visits. Yes, I will definitely need 2 consulting visits. Cutting Spinny is a no-go, and it seems like you really want Arc. You would cut the Arc? Yeah. Arc is a really good solution for Clot. This deck. What did I do here? I had 2 red levels and 3 GFIs. We have Spin Doctors now. I had Arc and CVS in this deck, which was quite a bit. I do like my Arc Lockdown, because when you play against Anarch and they like discard a breaker, you can Arc Lockdown and create a scoring window. But I guess with Botulus, that's not really the case. Okay, let's just cut the Arc, which means we have to play a Virus Suite. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ice. Consult, Daddy, hard hitting. So the difference between the list that you sent and the list that I have here is I have 2 hard hittings, a consult, and a high profile instead of 2 copies of government subsidy, and a biotic and something else. What is that something else? 2 subsidies, a biotic. I'm not sure what that something else is. Oh yeah. The reasoning behind not running Rashida in the past was because Rashida gets trashed out of centrals. Otherwise, Rashida's really good. It's just that Rashida gets trashed out of centrals. Which makes me think Rashida is good here. So if I play... Oh, there is no something else. I'm at 50 cards. Daddy or Coco? Okay, let's not complicate this. No kill. Let's not complicate this. We will maybe complicate this later. So let's put the biotic back. Hedge fund. Hedge fund. Do we need? Anyway, I gotta take off. Been fun hanging out. Hope to see you stream again later. Yeah, see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, thanks for sharing your list. This is really fun. But yeah, looking forward to see you again. What if we cut hedge funds for Rashidas and then we play 2 more ice? Is that too greedy? Red level clearance. That might be too greedy. Okay, let's just fill up the ice. Fill up the deck with ice. Because I have 1 extra card in here, right? Oh no, there's two subsidies. So we can just replace the 2 subsidies with 2 ice. And then figure things out from there. So let's put a second Afshar in. Because I think we can just play more, cover up our centrals, and fast advance. So let's put another Afshar in, and we could put an Archer in. Blockchain, Colossus, Musvingo, Mausolus. Oh yeah, we were saying Mausolus is good in the kill variant. Mausolus is just good. You know what? I'm gonna play Mausolus. We're gonna cut the Whoredom and play 2 Mausolus. Let's do that. I like this. Yeah, I like this. Okay. Okay. Corp deck. This is the outfit. Oh, and I need to update. Let me change this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's interesting. Mausolus does work a lot better with kill. So that seems pretty good. 2-bit. Why do I know that name? Where do I know that name from? This is a good hand. I don't know where I know that name from. Yeah, we're already looking great with this trebuchet. Yeah, putting in kill. I mean, sometimes the kill's really good because people play super fast against you. If you're in if we're thinking about big tournaments where there's a top cut, then having the kill is much better than not having the kill. Because when you don't have the kill, they don't have to respect it, which is why I like putting a very minimal, but it still exists version of the kill in there. Because if they see it at all, then they have to respect it, right? Even though you're not committing that much to it. Are we running R&D? We're not. Okay. That's fine. Are we going to double border control R&D, or are we just going to score another hostile? Scoring hostile seems bad. Scoring hostile seems pretty bad. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. That's quite good. Okay, let's draw again. Put a second ice R&D and we'll just play fast events. No, let's play remote. I think if they do something here and go down low on money, we might be able to just jam the GFI. Installing the conduit was really aggressive. Okay. Pitching paperclip. So now I wish the trebuchet was on R&D. Nothing we can do about that now. Let's install advance. Is that a bad play? They don't have a code gate breaker. Yeah, we're doing it. If you can score a GFI and you're a fast advance deck, you are doing very good. Just to explain what's going on, if they don't run, or if I end the run, I will Rikoko Dedi advance to score the GFI. And then the turn after, we can score the hostile, and then the turn after that, we can just Audacity and win. Okay, so it looks like that's what's happening. Okay, they totally could have just ran there. Oh, actually, they didn't have the money. Never mind. What am I talking about? They did not have the money to run that. Laundry Archives? Laundry R&D. 4, 5, 6. They can spend exactly all their money to break this board control. Sure. We'll tax them. It costs them $1, really. They have to install, but they're going to install eventually, so that's a cost that I guess it's relevant now, but it will be relevant later anyways. But they paid $2 to break the border control, and they had a bad pub. Rip an agenda off the top. That's fine. And we're conduiting, which makes sense. So I'm going to have to install Magnet next turn. Trashing Spin Doctor. Running back. Yep. I think we just endure this. I could pop it, but nah. They see one more card if they want to run back. Cost them $1. They don't. We see a hedge fund. They can't break this, but they also can't break Trebuchet. So we can hedge fund install. So we can like draw a card, hedge fund, ice R&D. Oh, y'all can hear the piano? That's not good. I'll be right back. Hi, we're back. Thanks for letting me know. That I would not have known y'all can hear it. Yeah, it was my sister. Diesel, Beth, credit, creative. Okay, so we get to. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Should I purge? I should purge, eh? Let's purge. Did this cut CVS, or can they get randomly purged for accessing? There is a CVS. Oh, is my... Oh, I forgot to turn this back on. There we go. This is the current list. I am on... Well, there's more upgrades. There we go. Res Magnet. Sure. It is a very nice way to accompany the game, in my opinion. Is it? Okay, so we have to simulchip the Palangi if we want to break this. I could have also held on to the magnet to bait the Ika, which is pretty funny, but unnecessary. Wait. Oh yeah. This has to be a barrier. Yeah, I could have held on to it to bait the Ika, but this is fine because we can only. This means we can run once a turn, which I'm okay with. And this isn't even a fresh card, I don't think. Because we mandatory drew... Well, we've drawn 2 cards. And they saw 4? 1, 2, 3... They saw 3, so... They knew the next card, but not this one. Oh. Yeah. So we have to... Man, if they ran this in the other order, they would have had to Ika the Trebuchet, and then we would have magneted the Ika. Missed opportunity. What's happening with the Trebuchet? 2, 4, 6, 7. It cost them everything but 1 credit to break. Coming in, getting a 1 and 4 on the hostile. Missing it. Very good. I do need to score this. Oh, we're deep diving? Sure. Trebuchet, Malapert, Mausolus, Azif, Above the Law, Atlas. So there's 3 2-pointers in there. This is why you need to play Out of the Ashes. But it's such a tell, so it's hard, right? Gives good information about the deck. They probably steal the Above the Law. And then we get a shuffle. Okay. Too big to fail. They have no money. Although we never drew a card that would have been a hard hitting in the other version of the deck, so it wouldn't have mattered. Because what card would we have cut? I guess Afshar. Afshar could have been a hard hitting news. Yeah, so we could have had one of the pieces. Prepaid voice pad, and a credit to play deuces, draw 2, gain 3, draw 2, gain 3 again. We're DJing into Steve and playing Creative Commission. Yikes. Discarding Misdirection. If we found a 3-2 there, we would have just won the game. Trebuchet is better than Bulwark. Because this costs 7, and this costs... It also costs 7. This just cost me less to res. So let's... I guess we can Ice HQ and R&D? We can also just... Yeah, okay, that's what we do. So we Ice HQ, and then we just put this in the remote. Because they have to run this, and if they don't, like, it's really good for us. And if they do, they have to use their Palangi token. And if they use their Palangi token, that means they're not running R&D. Which is where the agendas are. Next turn, we can Bulwark R&D and then play Too Big to Fail. So they're choosing R&D, which is the right choice, but it's a risky choice because this could be an agenda. I might kick them out here because they access 2. That's quite a bit. Yeah, we're gonna kick them out. The other thing that this does is this would be the play you make if the game-winning agenda is in the remote. So this might make them panic and throw their face at the remote, which is not a good play for them. Although, interestingly, since I popped the border control, it no longer costs me 2 credits to install the Bulwark on R&D. So, for me to play Too Big to Fail, I have to res the Rococo. Afshar. Afshar's fine. Let's start by drawing. Spin Doctor's good. Spin Doctor's quite good. Okay, so next turn we can spin. So, let's ice R&D. Let's res this, and let's play this. That's unfortunate that we have to give them free information, but I think it's something we have to do if we want to res all our stuff. Granted, like, if they run HQ, we don't have to res the Trebuchet, because we can just let them access, but it is annoying for them to deal with, so I would like to res it. We have 4 bad pub. If we res both of these, we will go to 6 bad pub, which is a lot of money, a lot of free money. They found their unity, so they can break Afshar now. What is happening? Telework, Anacam, SMC, SMC for unity, Simulchip for Palangi. 2 clicks left. Okay. And $1. $1's not enough to get through somewhere, even with 4 bad pub. So we're continuing on, and we're going to draw into an agenda and win the game. That wasn't supposed to happen. We lagged. Okay, that's not the game, unfortunately. This doesn't really help us. Unless we draw hostile. Let's put a spin in a new remote and a Malapert in a new remote. We're distracting the runner. That's the play. Malapert's good to have down. Again, in case we draw the last hostile. Running HQ here, we will res Bulwark. They have to pay 7. They have to pay another 2 to get through the magnet, so it costs them 9. And then they access 2. Which is not ideal, but it's also fine because we have Spin Doctor to shuffle. I think we might Spin Doctor now. Let's shuffle a spin and a border control back. Just to dilute the agendas for the access. Oh, they only access 1 because of Dirty Laundry. That's right. That's fine. So now they conduit, they access 3. We don't have border control to stop them. I would like to. 7, 8, 9. So it cost them 4 credits to make this run? Oh, what? Oh, okay. That doesn't make sense. You have to pay 6 to break, 6 to increase strength and break, or you pay 7 with paperclip. So you're trading a Palangi counter for $1. Resin gave bad pub. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it costs them... I have 5 bad pub now instead of 4. Very true. They found an Azif protocol. Unseen card, unseen card, unseen card. So they access 3, so I technically shouldn't... I don't need to spin early. Oh, I should purge, actually. Seven, 8, 9. Yeah, custom 4 credits. Custom 4 credits. Purging is the safer line. Let's purge. Because the top card is known right now, so they're probably not going to run. So then next turn we'll Mando it, and then we'll draw 2 fresh cards with Spin Doctor instead of just drawing 1. Although we do win, we only need 2 clicks to win. Because we have Dedi and a Rococo on the board already. So with only 2 clicks needed to win, we can find it. Although they can too. This is scary. This is scary. They're spooning the Bulwark. So they're going to access 2, but they're only going to see 1 fresh card, so the top card's known. Oh, don't do it. Okay, I think we're good. A Spoons Shaper without Ngolo? Yeah, it's surprising, eh? I don't know, with Palangi you can it should probably be knifed. Although, like, Unity's a great breaker once you have your everything installed. Okay, agenda? Agenda? No agenda. No agenda, which means we're bulwarking R&D again. We draw again and then we bulwark R&D just so we can try to slip an agenda through. What are the chances? Don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Don't need this. Yeah. We have 10 agendas in this deck, right? We have 11, but Hostile counts because they're on game point on Hostile. So there's 6 agendas left in the deck. And we just drew so many fresh cards. Next turn, I'm going to have to border control R&D. Or Purge. But I think we go for the win, which means click 1, draw, and then if we don't find it, we'll border control and play Too Big to Fail. Or just play Hedge Fund, depending on what our money's at. Creative, Daily Cast, Dirty Laundry, Sure Gamble, Telework, so just getting money back. Running R&D. Oh. They don't have enough for this. They're 1 short from getting in. Oh, which means they have to use the Palangi counter. And then they're credit perfect. Or they don't, and they're 1 short. Nice. That's really good for us. That's insanely good for us. They definitely should have spent that Palangi counter for that credit. Okay. Agenda. Click 1 agenda? Wait. Yeah, click 1 agenda. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I have to Too Big to Fail, and I have to border control the remote. Yep. I got no choice. I have 7 bad pub. This Bulwark is free. R&D still costs them 4. R&D still costs them 4. Although you don't have to break the first sub on border control. So it can technically cost 3. But I can pop the border control. So they need to play an econ card first. If they can, they probably find it. Yeah. That's not good. I think if they run R&D twice, they win here. Overclock. Oh. 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 Okay. I do like that. I do like that. Okay. Come on in. Come on in. There's no point in resing this, because they have 12 credits for the run, which is 2, 4, 6, 7 plus 7 is 14. So it would resing this cost them 2 credits. So we'll just hold on to it. Oh yeah. Do we give him deep dive? Because we have border control. We give them spooned. We'll give them deep dive. That's so risky. But I think giving them spooned is equally losing. We'll give them deep dive. This means they might not run this turn. I think if they are able to play deep dive, they probably already won. But spoon can help them win. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're playing for right now. Is we're just playing as if we're trying to protect the deep dive, and we're gonna play protecting it. We're knifing R&D. So they'll access the top card, which is unknown. So we'll just pop this. That's fine. All right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Finally. Oh, we finally found it. Okay. Yeah, that was a good game. We got, I would say, pretty unlucky with the draws. Yeah, Jenda's clustered at the end. Red level clearances, never found those either. Yeah. 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 No, that was interesting. I'm trying to compare this in my head to the built to last version, and it's yeah. I'm trying to compare this to the built to last version. I think I don't know if we would have won this game if we were playing the built to last version. Like it's definitely such a, like, you give them bad pub, but your ice also costs more. Whereas in the other version, our ice costs less, but we don't give bad pub. The agenda situation would have been the same, essentially. I have seen a lot of deep dives and very few multi-accesses. Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, deep dive's a good one to look out for. Although, yeah, this is I'm probably going to end my stream here, but I will say before, like I mentioned this at the very start, is that I was trying to build a deep dive deck. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. It's like Out of the Ashes, Beth Swift for clicks in standard, amped up, but that's not real. How does deep dive compare to Hushuk? Yeah, okay, so I was trying to build a deep dive shaper deck, or just a shaper deck. And I think the problem that I'm having with deep dive is that if I'm set up enough to the point where I can afford running all three centrals and playing deep dive, I'm probably set up enough to win the game anyways. And deep dive certainly helps, but the problem is that deep dive certainly helps, but the problem is that it's like win more in a sense, because in the early game it's really bad, right? So I don't know. Like it just seems like, first of all, you have to justify it over Apocalypse. And Kyle was saying at the start of the stream, like, you could play Deep Dive and Apocalypse, and I guess that's something worth exploring. Yeah, Daojin, you just mentioned it. Deep Dive combo kind of with APOC. Yeah, that's a good one. So I'll have to think about that a bit more, but I like it. Just feels like it's a dead card early. If you picture yourself as somebody with like the person that I just played against, right? They were set up against me. They had money. They had their prepaid. They had Anacam. They had their breakers out. You just have to make the right runs, right? And it's a matter of figuring out where you need to run and winning. Now, I would say that case right there, Deep Dive was great because you're playing against a fast advance deck and you're kind of on a clock. So that would be the case where Deep Dive is good when you're set up. But I would say that if you're not, like, barring a fast advance deck, if you're playing against any other corp deck and you're set up to the point where that person was against me, I think Deep Dive is just win more. And you can just win the game without it. And again, like, keep in mind, I'm saying it's win more, but yeah, like, cards that are win more can be good, especially because Deep Dive is a very powerful ability. But you have to keep in mind that it's a card that you might draw early, and when you're trying to set up and trying to make it to that board state, having a dead card early is really, really not helping you, which is usually what happens with Hushuk. So comparing with Hushuk, I would say, like, they're very, very similar cards. And Hushuk's, they both make you commit in some way, right? Hushuk makes you commit to having a setup and makes you commit to running R&D, where Deep Dive makes you commit to running all three centrals, but it's a better ability than Hushuk. But the thing is, like, you can counter Hushuk by stacking border controls on R&D, or end the run effects, because you have to play the card and then you lose the card. But Deep Dive, you don't have to play the card. So if they border control you on Archives or somewhere on the third run, you can keep the Deep Dive and try again next turn. Swip Deep Divers run into this deck already Hushuks for 6 a lot. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I can see that. There's a lot of 2-costers here. Like, Euler, if you're playing Euler, Revolver is a good shaper killer. Rizeki is 2-cost. Beth is 2-cost. DZMZ, if you're playing that. There's a Citadel. There's a lot of good 2-costers in shaper, for sure. Also, it's an APOC effect that you can't Omar with, really. So you have to actually run all three. Yeah, that's true. APOC decks out of Anarch benefit a lot out of Omar. Although, like, I was playing some APOC Lat 6 months ago. It's a really strong deck. It really is a really strong deck. But we, like, at the time, we just found that it wasn't as good as APOC Max. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I've got for today. Ran a bit later than usual, I would say, but this was a fun adventure. We started off with Built to Last and then ended up our way to Outfit. And I like the kill version is something that I will want to explore. because today we just simplified it and didn't play the kill version. But as I mentioned, like if you were gonna take a fast advance deck to a major tournament where there's a cut, or basically just any tournament where there's a cut, and if your goal is to make the cut, then just play whatever you think is best, obviously. But I would say that in a cut environment where it's open deck lists, it's much, much better to have the kill threat. So that's something that I will be playing with. And we'll see if it goes anywhere. And also this lat deck that you see on screen right now will be something that I'll try to toy around with, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't played any games with it, so maybe just playing it out and figuring things out that way will be a good way to do it. Although usually when I deck build, I like to a big chunk of time is spent in the theory crafting stage. I would say more than usual. I think a lot of people will like throw a deck together, play it, change it some more, play it. I think about the deck a lot before playing the first game. Open deck list changes the way to build decks. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why I wanted to put that kill in there. Yeah. Okay. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and it'll be posted on YouTube as usual. Keep an eye out for a video on the booster pack. I'll go and review those cards. But yeah, until next time, I will see you all around.